Request every one of you to please mute yourself before we start. So welcome everyone from my side and Harpreet's.
Hello.
A very warm welcome and thank you for joining us today. As you know, this is a very special day. Everyone is saying that 26 is the full moon. Yes, it is the full moon. But since it starts today only from 8:29, so today's night is much more important as the full moon night. So we are doing this meditation today. And in this meditation, we'll be talking about some of the teachings of Lord Buddha because this is something that is very important and much needed in the current now. So, as always, please keep breathing deeply into your heart center, bringing back your energies to yourself. Breathe into your heart center. Breathe into the golden yellow light, golden white light of the Creator. And as you breathe out, just give the intention that I breathe out everything which is not from my highest best. Keep on breathing deeply and keep on releasing deeply. As you are breathing in and breathing out, you are bringing back your energies to yourself. Any energies which are scattered in your family, in your work, in your worries, in your anxiety, just ask for those energies to come back to yourself. Keep on breathing and keep on breathing out, in and out, letting your body relax, letting your muscles relax, letting your cells relax, your bones, your blood, your every part, let it fully relax. Breathing in and out as I invoke the masters. So we start this meditation by calling on the divine creator of the creators, the master of all creation, to be present with us now. We call on our Father God, our Mother God, our individual creator to be present with us now. We call on all the mighty gods and goddesses across all dimensions of time and space to be with us now. We call on all the holy councils of love, light, healing, ascension, the karmic board, the masters of the Akashic records. We call on the holy council of the elders, the council of 12, the council of 9, the council of 7, the council of 5, the council of 3, and the holy council of 1. We invoke the mighty galactic masters, star masters to be with us now. We invoke the masters of the Galactic Federation, masters of the intergalactic councils, masters of the star councils to be present with us now. We invoke all the ascended masters and the living masters to grace us with their presence now. We call on Mother Gaia and all the masters working with her in the inner realms of the earth. We call on specially Master Kuthumi and his 12 halls of learning, Lord Melchizedek, Mahavatar Babaji, Lord Maitreyi, and of course Lord Buddha to be present with us. We invite the angelic realms, the unicorn collectives, the dragon collectives, celestial dolphins, the whales, the mermaids, the fairies, and every supporting energies of the universe to be with us now. We call our higher self, our team of light, to be with us now. And we ask the masters to build a grid for us today. And they're showing a grid like a reflection of the Mother Moon in a holy water of the Ganges. And we are sitting inside this reflection in a huge circle. And the rays of Mother Moon are flowing on us. And the rays and and the water of Mother Ganga is flowing below us, cleansing us, washing us, clearing us of everything which is impure in us. And the energies of Mother Moon is falling on us, activating us, rejuvenating us, healing us. And as we sit in this grid, I request the masters for deep healing codes from Mother Moon to activate the healing potential in each one of us, to activate her love and her divine grace in each one of us, filling us with total abundance in every sphere of our lives.
शरमायते ततस्त शोतल तुर्कायते रहन्ते लहता तत्तस्य कश्चनमते रः नीनं तोतान्यहे तत्तस्य कश्चनम् पेरल्यता कोसीशीनं तोः उर्रहायते क्रसाशनः तन्तलासेत्यश् ओरतेः करां त्रिलस् लता हस्तस्य कश्चनमतेरहाय होतकस्य नमहायते Ermalote ar atakate sakashanamala er atakasakashanamahor hati haliate tenam tohotarem telehatakatas kashanamati cleansing clearing of akututuroti ermatakatasashanamati haralahayate kram tohototoyanamati raka yarahatarahante hereskas usekashanamatohor hotohotarayam talatasakashanamati latatahante ratatam tero hosakashanamti Inam trahasa se shike ham toho ate sakashyanimti laha ur ate sakasake ham to rahan hante he kasakashyanamati haralati kum to roho sakashyanamaho karayate laha sakashyanamaturili ileyantakatatam to horo usikashyanamati ti latata antera hattera tattanti namata tattako tera tattasaya Intakata session mahayate krahate te ala a itarasa shenama antat sakka shenamate manayate krahata katatanamaho totasasyanamahayate radha dhan dhera sakasashanyam to urmatatatasyanamati haralehe tante namayata rasakasyanamiti ratatam to urakatate te namtara Inarahe de kram doho to kotoro to utti atana hate te namatu kruti niyam tarahayate graha dheraloto utu tatta sakasse namatala hata karam te natahi urmakadaya dhera hataram trokrutana tatate te nahata takatta sasya shenam tu krunti ti namato tu tasakasya namati enamato huro te tattakasse namatu turatate nam trasikasi Intakallyahate kram tro nihingra ishakatam tro radha iti tasaka shiheram tro hasashi teram to. So be it, so be it, so be it.
Keep on breathing these beautiful energies of Mother Moon and let it flow inside you into every cell of your body, because many of you are carrying great feelings of anxiety and fear inside you. Some of you are carrying a lot of pain, sadness. Just believe that Mother Moon has the capacity to heal you completely. Just allow her energies to move through you. She is the mother, and she will gift you with every abundance in your life, be it in your relationships, be it in your health, be it in the health of your family members, be it in money, be it in peace, be it in healing powers. Whatever you want, Mother Moon is there to bless you with. So just breathe into energies. Just keep on breathing into energies and feel her energies flow through you. As you know, this is a very, very special full moon, which is known as Buddha Purnima, because Lord Buddha was born in this day. He achieved his enlightenment on this day, and he achieved his moksha also in this day. So this is a very special day, because we remember Lord Buddha on this day, because what he gifted to us was a very special kind of gift, because by then there had been a lot of corruption in society, a lot of disruption in the original teachings which were coming down to us through the Vedas, through the Puranas, and everything has become distorted. And people were just leading lives of rituals and empty lives, actually. And it was after Lord Buddha's enlightenment that a lot of new teachings in a much simpler form and in the common man's language was finally brought to the world. As we all know, we have all heard, we have read it, we have even memorized it for our class notes and for our exams. It is so profound. And so I would just ask you to remember everything that Buddha has taught you. And because in these times of the COVID, and these times when everyone is facing issues with money, with health, with relationships, everything is breaking down. The whole system is breaking down. It is time that we remember Lord Buddha. It is time that we remember his peace. It is time that we remember his completeness. And Lord Buddha is asking me to share with you that I was with him in that lifetime. And it was on this day that I too had attained my enlightenment. And I've just come down again to assist all of you. And he just wishes you to remember that it is very simple to attain enlightenment. If you want to attain enlightenment, it is just a few simple things which you need to understand in life. As he had understood the day when he had gone out and seen that that sick man, that dying dead man and that dying man and all those dead bodies that he had seen, which has really made him think what is life and what it is about, which had made him really rethink and really move out of his palace and to find out what was that is the real essence of life, the real wisdom of life. And he's asking you all to remember that, because we have been so caught up in the material world, so caught up in this false world, in this illusionary world, that we have forgotten a lot of things. And one of the main things is that there's always a process of growing old. There's always a process of falling sick. There's always a process of dying that the human body has to face. Unless and until you are really attuned to spirituality, you have to face this death and decay. And even spiritual masters, after a certain time, have to leave this body which is perishable. So Buddha is again asking you to remember the impermanence of things. He is asking me to talk to you about impermanence and the fact that everything in life is subject to change and decay and alteration. We are so much caught up in our degrees, in all that we have achieved in our lives, that we forget that everything is transitory. Everything is just a flux. It is now here, gone tomorrow. And just because we have forgotten this basic concept of impermanence, that is why we are facing so much turmoil inside us now. Because we have gone into a state where we think we can control everything in our lives. We could control our careers, we could control our money, we could control our families. We think that we can control everything, but this disease has made us remember and rethink how little we are actually in control. And I remember that famous saying that we all have listened to thousands of times, but still I think it is very relevant, that whenever you are in pain or whenever you are in happiness, just remember that everything passes. And remember to tell yourself, this too shall pass. The problems you have will also pass. The joys you have will also pass. Nothing is going to be as it was. Why do we face such a lot of problems in our lives? Because suppose when we fall in love with our partners, we are in such a high state of ecstasy and we get married and we think that even after 10 years we will be having that blissful state, that charming state which we had in the beginning of the marriage. And when we see the decay and the destruction coming into our marriage or into our relationships or into our careers, anything, then it is that we start thinking that we are in pain. But why? Because we have not been able to accept that everything is subject to change. That whatever relationship you are in, whatever career you are in, what loving family you have, how much money you have, whatever you have in your life, it is not something which is fixed, which is permanent like a rock. Because as you know, even a rock in times of floods, in times of avalanches, in times of earthquakes can get turned into a pebble in a minute. So nothing in life is permanent, and everything is subject to decay and death. And that is what Buddha asked me from morning to talk to you about. He said that you don't have to talk about anything, just remind them of the impermanence that they've forgotten about. He asked you to remember that life is like a river which is coming up from the mountains and going to the sea. It is every moment it is facing a new challenge. When it is coming down the mountain, it is like a waterfall. Then it is like a wide river which is giving soil and silt to the lands. Then it is coming down as a delta, a beautiful delta, which is almost like a fan, then going and merging with the sea. So many different changes a river is having. And in the same way, a human being also faces all these changes as they're moving through life day after day, day after day. But why do we feel this pain? Because we are not ready to face this change. We are not ready to accept this change. And all the time, what do we want? We want a life to be having a sort of permanence, a sort of perfection that will not change. But that is what is the base of all pain, the base of all anxiety, the base of all fear, that I do not want my life to change. But if we can accept that this life, this society, this will that we have incurred, whatever we have got together now, is something which is very transitory and it can change any moment. Your wealth may be lost in a market crash, your family can be lost through death, disease, anything. You yourself may be having a beautiful career, but all of a sudden you lose your career, not because you were bad at it, but because you were so highly paid that your company in this recession could not afford to keep you. It may be something as simple as that, but it may totally and drastically disturb your life. And you may go into deep trauma and deep pain. But if you realize that whatever you are facing in life is just transitory and it will change, like the pain, the happiness will also change. And like the happiness, the pain will also change. That whatever you are facing this very moment is something which is impermanent and which will not bring you anything which will make you devastated or destroyed. Because the human is a very powerful being and it has the capacity to really face any situation and any circumstances, as you have also realized in your life. So if you just think of it scientifically, you will realize that the body you had as a baby and the body you have now is totally different. It's not the same body because every day thousands of cells are dying and new cells are coming up. So if your body with this change is still you, how can differences in money, how can differences in relationship, how can differences in status really break you and take away from you the you that you are? The I am presence that you are, that you have come down with from time immemorial, the soul that you are. Can it ever change? Can it ever be destroyed? Can it ever be molded into anything else but what you are? Your soul essence, my dear ones, never changes. It is the outside structure that we have which changes. And why does it change? That is also because we have chosen this life with all these changes, because we took this life to be a trigger point to trigger us to change and to face troubles so that we can grow more powerful with every passing day. So the stage of life from childhood to adulthood has a lot of differences, a lot of things, a lot of changes, but we are always resisting these changes. We are living in a constant state of resistance, which is like flowing against the tide. And that is what is bringing us so much pain. So if you can just accept that the world is in a turmoil now, if you can just accept that the world is going to become very beautiful in some years from now, and that is why it is facing turmoil. If you can face the fact that your life is beautiful, even in spite of every turmoil that you are facing, what will happen? You will attain a great state of peace, a great state of contentment. And how can you help yourself to do this? First of all, by stopping all resistance to this impermanence of life, all resistance to fighting this impermanence by trying to control life. Life cannot be controlled. It is beyond our control. We can control small parts of life, like the business we build and the things we do, but we have all faced many issues which have shown us drastically that we really cannot control it. So if we stop this resistance and we stop this attitude of non-acceptance of this impermanence of life, what happens? Immediately as we start accepting this life, we start getting a lot of feeling of peace inside. Second, if we let go of our expectations, what expectations? Expectations from ourselves, expectations from our family, expectations from our bosses, expectations from our careers, expectations from our health, even from our children, from our family members, from our parents. What happens? The moment we let go of the expectation, there's a drastic change. Because we have always thought that this is what should be happening to me. I worked, I've become, I am graduate. I should be getting at least 1 crore salary. And now in this times of recession, when you're losing your job, you cannot accept it. Why don't you accept it as a grace from God that you have got some time to yourself? Finally, you're finding some time with yourself and you're not having to run this rat race. Why don't you accept it that this is a change which is very much needed for your inner growth? We don't do it. We are always fighting life and we are always in anxiety because we think that the money we have, the resources we have will not be enough to survive. But as we have all seen that the anxiety is in the brain, anxiety is in our thought process, but actually in life we are always taken care of. Whatever we need, whatever needs to be done, always gets done. And if sometimes you do not get the resources needed to do something major, remember, there is a reason behind it. It is because it was not meant to be. It may be saving a person from disease, it may be saving your business, it may be saving your marriage, it may be anything. But remember, that destruction was also something that your soul chose, and that is why you had to face it. And if it was supposed to be something permanent in your life, it would never would have been taken from you. If you can understand this truth of life, no kind of impermanence, no kind of change can really affect you. So if you can acknowledge that change is the constant in life, change is what is that we'll be facing as we face a change in our cells every day. You can accept this change. You can accept the changes that is going to come in society. If you can accept the changes that will come in the systems, because all the systems will be crashing and new systems will be forming. And if we can learn from these changes, if you can learn from the experiences that you had because of all this negativity that you had to face, what will happen? As soon as you face this with a acceptance, deep acceptance that this is what my soul had chosen. And this change is good for me. What happens? Immediately, you feel your whole soul going to a much higher power. You are getting more stronger and more stronger. And this strength is making you a much more higher spiritual person than you are. And what will it will give you in return? It will give you a deep wisdom that impermanence is what is the fact of life, the basics of life. So we will now ask the masters to really inculcate inside us this energy of accepting this impermanence so that we can really flow through life in our best, highest potential, realizing that impermanence is what makes life really beautiful. So we request the masters, especially Lord Buddha, to give his codes for impermanence.
Unshikam tarasa ur ate kashri hantalakasa shiharam to ur ata an kashyatal tarhasa ikisham to ur tam tiha te tam pushiti latam alayatakrayanam tuko tam ti tikaraha iti kasakashara hukum tri talatatta ihti. Take a deep breath. Amdhera saya shekram to nahate. Kanayatalahat katatanamatalahat tanamati tirhatata nandhadhera tatatam te terahata toto tattayate. As you're taking deep breaths in and out, open yourself Paramahayate te hitish namte to release from your conscious and subconscious mind all the belief systems. Simatarahata katana tatana mahati kira tatana tatat tassa yatarehe tam to kramadhe latatana matato namdhera latatana matati ti tira latattam te kam to tattante namatatatam ti ratatam te kramdho उतरततं ते ते क्रानमतत्तं ते ते नमततनमधारतत्तं ती नमतोऽहं तु क्रियतान्नमतततनं ते हे ते रमततं ते नमतकतनमधारत्तं ते नमततहं तु तुस्तकस्सं सेगरं तं ते नमतकतं तु नमतकतीरं धल्लत्तयतरहं तु तरहं ते किनमतकतनमधारत्तं ते क्रमतत्तनमति हरलः तत्तते कहं तो हुस्तकस्सहायते कतं ते हो तो हुत्तनियो तो कतं ते लहति एनमकतं धेर लकत तो करहं ते हे हम ते काहयते कर अतनहति लकते हरम तो क्रहो तो ते हरम ते कहत तकतन हम तीक्रा एन महायधेर हम ते क्रहत कतन हत कतहन है ते लहति करहम ते हुत तो करहम ती नमहायते क्रम दोर तब ते अत्यम पीरलतो उनमता अतत तकते हनमधेर लहम ते नमदा अताता नता तम धेर हतन ते नम उमति ग्रह ते क्रक सकाय शीक्रम तो नयंती नितकती रक्तकतरम हो तकते ehna hate kataram digra ata ana atte kara to ku amti ke arakate alakoto ur alakate arakata ana atakate ana lahaku ur ka anakate rakta amte krabatakata atte navatakata amte lahata atte inamatakata aradayate kram to rohutukoto tikrahatakate anam talakata atakatariam dhere hatikatam tiu unamatakatara lahayate kramdha natakatam tiratakotom to उत्तैरकादधैर्यतनमतकत अन्ते इति क्रततान्तता यधारतलतकतत्तन्ति नमतो ऊरधायते क्रतन तत्तं ते रतत्तन् धेरलहता इनमतकतो उर असकस्य शेरहं तिहरहतः नहतः नहेते रकतम. Take a deep breath into your heart center. Simadhari haderam tu usukasyanamate. With every breath, release. Imati harasakasyanamahityanam torho sanshandam tiraha iti kastamta. Enamaya dhera lahatakatam terah koham terah sasyanamati haralahatante. Enamatakatahaya teraham tukato utusakasyanamahaya dhera lahatatan teraham tikra sakasyanamati. Enamaya dhera hatakaramahoton torokasya namahaya terala kattatakasya namaturuti tatatasakasyanamati. Intalakahoruhuti kasakashyanamataralate nanti kra asaya shikramta. Take a deep breath in and out, loved ones. Yotokodosha nahataha saha 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 saha. So be it, so be it, so be it.
As you take this deep breath, releasing all those belief systems related to impermanence, Lord Buddha smiles and invites you in a journey with him. As we are sitting in this grid, which is the reflection of the Mother Moon, sitting in a circle holding hands, suddenly we see a beautiful silvering white cloud standing in front of us, and some angels are standing all around the cloud, inviting us to journey with them. As we all slowly walk upon the cloud, forming the circle once again on the cloud, slowly we're moving up from the third dimensional earth to the fourth dimension, to the fifth dimension, to the sixth dimension. There are endless star systems, stars, planets, galaxies all around us. They are divine beings. Many divine beings in the sixth dimension who are working on themselves to release anything left to merge with the divine in the seventh dimension. So we see a lot of masters there, and they wave to us as we go higher on this cloud to the seventh dimension. In this dimension, there are beautiful unicorns, beautiful archangels. The whole atmosphere is so beautiful. Our hearts fill with love, with joy, with hope, and we move higher and higher. The cloud now taking us much higher, going above 8th dimension, 9th dimension, where there are more divine beings, more divine gods and goddesses who are all coming out to see us. We journey further to the 10th dimension, to the 11th dimension, to the 12th dimension where the Galactic Federation is waiting for us. All the divine unicorns, all the divine beings of the 12 dimensions send us their light and love. But we move further and further, going to the 13th dimension and finally to the 14th dimension, where Lord Buddha has his temple. He is standing at the gate of the temple, and as a cloud stops there at the base of the steps of the temple, we see Lord Buddha asking us to go inside. It is a beautiful temple in the shape of a pagoda. And as you enter the temple, you can feel the vibrations coming out from all across the temple. Every corner is vibrating with Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. It's a huge, huge temple, but every part is vibrating. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Just keep on repeating this. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Feel the energies of the temple. Feel the energies of Lord Buddha. You all now sit down in his temple. And he goes and sits in his beautiful, it's almost like a huge chair, but studded with beautiful mantras and stones, which have a beautiful divine power. It's a beautiful seat where Lord Buddha goes and sits down. We all sit around him, breathing in these beautiful energies of the temple, breathing in the energies of Lord Buddha, feeling our whole body pulsating, the divine light, the divine love of the universe. And Lord Buddha smiles at us and says, each one of you here, you are ready. You are ready to move ahead, ready to reach your enlightenment, ready to reach whatever state you wish to reach. It is just something inside your mind, inside your belief systems, inside your priorities, which is holding you back. You have to understand there is nothing that a soul cannot do. There is nothing that a soul cannot achieve if it wants to. He smiles again and says, don't you remember those simple paths that I taught you? The path to right view, to see life, to see the world, to see every creature with love and compassion in your eyes. Don't you remember, my dear ones? You have to just look at every situation in your life, every problem in your life with love and compassion, and not anger and resentment and anxiety. And you'll see the changes occurring in your life, in every part of your life. And every time you feel like being anxious, you feel like being worried, you feel like being disturbed, just remember that I taught you the right thought. Remember, what we think, my dear ones, is what we achieve. What we think, my dear ones, is what we are. Why have you forgotten it? All your brains are always 24 hours going on and on and on and on and on with anxiety. It breaks my heart. It makes me chilled. How can my children be like this? I taught them. I taught them. Many of you are with me. I taught you that you have to think right. And it is a thought process which decides where your life will go. Remember, you have to think in the correct way, without anxiety, without trauma, without fear, and believe that everything is for the best. Whatever happens is for the best, and that you are always taken care of. And every time you're tempted to shout, every time you're tempted to scold someone, every time you're tempted to put someone down, remember I taught you the right speech. To speak kind, loving, helpful words, otherwise not speak at all. Because it is your words which will leave an impact when you are no longer there. It is your words which will teach them what you wear when you are no longer there. We do not remember anyone for what they achieved. We remember people for what they made us feel, the love that they gave us, this acceptance that they gave us, the hope that they gave us. That is what draws us to people. That is what draws you to me. You came to me because I could give you peace. I could give you wisdom. I could give you happiness. And that happiness you realized was achieved only by living life through certain rules of right conduct, right livelihood. You have to be very alert. What karma you are doing in your life, my dear ones? What is it that motivates you? What is your conduct in life? Are you taking care of your parents? Or are you still blaming them for what they could not do for you? Are you really contributing to your children's life? Or are you scolding them for not being like the child next door? What are you doing with your friends, with your neighbors? What is your conduct? And what is the livelihood that you have chosen? Is your company making profits because you are cheating on others? Do you think it will give you moksha? No, my dear ones. What livelihood you choose is also important. It creates karma. It creates a life which is beautiful or which is horrible. It is not the amount of money you generate. It is how much love you generate in this world which matters. It is the right effort that you put. It is the right kind of decision that you make when you do something. Why have you forgotten? Just listen to the vibrating crescendo of Buddham Sharanam Gaccha, and you will feel my energy inside you. You will remember what I taught you. You will remember what I inculcated in you. And you will remember to be always mindful, to be always in the current now, not thinking of the past, not thinking of the future, being in total and complete concentration, following all that you need to. Remember, I taught you very simple things. And if you remember those things, moksha's just the twinkle of an eye. I come today to remind you that you have forgotten my teachings, that you keep my statues in all around your houses, in your tables. But how much of my essence do you remember? You keep laughing Buddhas all around. But how can abundance come to you if you're not adding abundance to others' lives? How can you be your complete divine self if you cannot be loving, if you cannot be kind, if you cannot be accepting of others' behaviors for what they are? You've forgotten, my dear ones. It's such a simple thing, but you have forgotten. You have forgotten the basics of life. You have forgotten that divine wisdom which vibrates through you every time you say, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. Many of you have been with me in many lifetimes. I request you all to connect to your heart center and see my light burning inside. It's a golden flame of divine wisdom which will never lead you astray. Embrace that flame, embrace that wisdom, and remember from now on, whenever you feel that you have a problem, just connect to this divine flame inside your heart. You will get the answer, you will get the guidance that you need. Breathe deeply, breathe deeply, breathe deeply. And now, my beloved, Harpreet will give you my codes, which will embed this divine wisdom inside your souls forever and ever. So breathe deeply, keep your eyes closed, and receive.
Kunamahi shikuram tananam tiha. Kurukurum tatanaishi hamtah saishi tamta. Krum drehas yashikram taha nakotarratenam. Kunamati kraya koshir ratanaka anti kunumamtu. Kun mahiti kyam tarasasamti. Kushyate karnata atasase yata natati kramto nayatam te yata. Kriyata naham trisasya yata natatam torate dhayatum tritata atate. Kumtrataka iti krasakasya namala iti kranta naho sakasya hetahanam trisasyate urmatanihi kam shaha saha sahayako tahatasesham. Take a deep breath in and out for integration. Urmata attattam te natattam to hututti sakasaka se hishikattante namato tattante helatatata attasakasaishi. Urmatattam te ralatattam ti natakatatanamodhar tate natakatanaviyadhande namato tuttusakasya namati ralatate namto kramdhanatattam te. Keep on breathing. Atakatu tu amti haraha sakas sasyeshi ki amtalaha ata atakatate namta eramatakata redhena tatam teti kukushyam arate krasakasse sherate. Some of you please breathe into your throat chakra. Miyatakatan telehyatakasse aramahayale dherahato tyo tu yate rahatakatante namatalahatatante teralati atakasasa. Iteraham degrahatakatam to hurukusseshe namate hate haralaham te kraya dherato tum tu neatata tasakasayate namatalahente kramato tanamato Uramatatate namati haralahaya dhena hatakatam te te haralakasakasya namati ana taha enamatakata arham te lahatikam te namatukuttam ti kramatattam te namalayattattan namati tiralatakuttam turuhaya te katam dheralahata tattasakasya shyanamto Urmatahya kram dhene hatalahatatam te herakatu uttusika shyanam talahay yata sakassa yate te hamto kayate teralata. Breathe into your stomach. Akuram dharite hattakas syanamahate haralata hantasakas Eramatakatatasakasya namahora hattata namatohotan teralahati hati hanamati ketyaram tohotakatasasyana Irlata namatatattam ti krudhayate rahte hamte. Breathe into your hips and knees area. Matoruhum dhru gru tattanyatam tele hata. Ermatakatam dharahatakata rahata te ratatanam te heralakatakatam ti tukussyanamati haralam takatyanam to. त्रिहस्साय शिकतं तुरोहता हम ते क्रसकस्य शेनमतोहरलं तकतत्तन्ते नहायते रसकस्य यशायते कुन्तुलहो तत्तस्कस्य नमति हरहं ते नहत्तस्य नमतुहरले अध्यरततनमता Enamadaaratam to Kriya Sakashya Namate. Take up one deep breath. Hyum Shukushate. Urratasi Shati Sa. So be it, so be it, so be it.
With divine reverence, with deep gratitude, bow down before Lord Buddha, receiving His grace, receiving His love, receiving His divine wisdom. When you want to meditate, you want to connect to Lord Buddha, just ask His permission and come back here. He will help you in your spiritual growth. Now it is time to come down. Breathing into this divine energies once again of the divine temple. We rise up and slowly start walking out of the temple into the cloud. We are sad to go, but Buddha assures us we will be coming back. Slowly and softly, the cloud moves down the dimensions. 13th, 12th, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Softly and softly we are coming down. 5. And as we come down to 5th dimension, we see ourselves back inside the grid, inside the moon, on top of Mother Ganga. The beautiful energies of Mother Ganga and the Mother Moon pulsates in every cell, every bone, every blood of our body, every organ, every tissue, every DNA, every RNA. And there's a huge energetic cleanse that is going on. Keep on breathing this divine energies as the energies of Mother Ganga flow through us through our divine codes.
Hum Shihar Hom Tan Sakashariti. Ur Sakasharahate Rasakasasharohum Taha. Tirasa Shenam Tarasakashanamata Torasiki Shanta. Uranata Sikihashitam Urate Nihashikishramato Urtrinam Talahayate Prasashanamato Uramata Nihikasharahasam Urate Raha Nahayakosheti Urmata Sikisharatanamahoti Ir Atakasashanamahoti Kraheti Untakasishenamaho Rahi. Rahi. Thank you.
Breathe into these energies, integrate these energies into your auric field, into your grid system, into every cell of your body, and let the rest of the energies flow to Mother Gaia, and be anchored deep inside her being, so that it not only heals her, it creates a resource, a sort of library where other souls can go and tap into when they need this kind of an activation. Now, thanking your guides, your higher self, and the whole of the universe, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to yourself. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. Ritu, you are a Bodhisattva. Buddha said. Anyone wants to share something or ask something? You can.
माँ, आपने आज whatever you told, each and everything happened in my life. You will not believe, in 2018 we have lost each and everything we have earned in 5 years. We didn't have a single penny with us. And then after 6 or 7 months, we started our clinic again with strong willpower of my husband. And still we are struggling in our life. But today, your each and every words goes deep inside me. Really,